Hey everyone, and welcome! Are you ready for an adventure? Because today we are going on the Great Rock Adventure.
I bet you have. You know, when you're outside and you spot a really cool rock, maybe it's super sparkly or has awesome stripes, or it's just so smooth in your hand. Well, guess what? Every single one of those rocks has a secret story.
And that's where you come in. Today, you are a rock detective. Your mission is to uncover those secret stories. We're going to learn how to read the clues that all rocks leave behind. So, are you ready? Grab your imaginary magnifying glass because it's time to open our first case file.
Okay, case file number 1, born from fire. Whoa, we're talking about rocks that literally came from fire. These are called igneous rocks. Sounds pretty intense, doesn't it?
So, what is an igneous rock? Well, deep down inside the Earth, it is so hot that rock melts into this gooey stuff called magma. And sometimes that magma shoots out of a volcano. Once it's on the surface, we call it lava. Igneous rocks are just what happens when that super hot magma or lava cools down and gets hard.
It's actually a pretty simple process. Step 1. The hot, gooey lava or magma bubbles up. Step 2. It starts to cool down. And step 3, bam! It hardens into a totally new, solid rock.
Now here's a really cool secret. How fast that hot rock cools down changes everything. If lava on the surface cools super duper fast, the rock only has time to make these itty-bitty little crystals. But if the magma cools really slowly, way deep underground, it has tons of time to grow big, chunky, beautiful crystals that you can see with your own eyes.
So, detective, here is your big clue. Look for crystals. If you see a rock with tiny crystals, like basalt, you know it cooled down really fast. But if you see a rock with big, sparkly crystals, like granite, you've probably seen that on kitchen counters. You know it took its sweet time cooling underground. And just like that, case file number 1 is solved. Nice work.
You are a natural at this. Okay, let's open up case file number 2. This one's called A Layered Story. We're about to investigate sedimentary rocks.
I want you to picture a giant layer cake. That's basically what a sedimentary rock is. It's made from a bunch of tiny little pieces, things like sand, mud, and even tiny bits of shell, all stacked up and squished together.
So how does this happen? Well, for millions and millions of years, wind and rivers carry all these little bits and pieces around. Eventually, they settle at the bottom of a lake or an ocean. Then, another layer settles on top, and another, and another. All that weight from the top layers presses down and down until the bottom layers get squeezed so tight they turn into solid rock.
And here's the really cool part. Because of all those layers, sometimes these rocks are hiding an ancient treasure. A secret that's been trapped for millions of years. Any guesses what it could be?
Fossils. That's right. As those layers of mud and sand were forming, sometimes a leaf or a shell or even a dinosaur bone would get trapped inside. It's like a perfect little time capsule. Isn't that amazing? You could literally be holding a piece of ancient history.
So, your detective clues for this case are super clear. Look for layers or look for fossils. A perfect example is sandstone. You can even feel the little grains of sand it's made from. Or limestone, which is often packed with fossils from ancient sea creatures. And with that, case number 2 is closed. You're on a roll.
All right, detective, time for our last case. This one is the most mysterious of all. It's case file number 3, The Big Squeeze. Get ready for metamorphic rocks.
Okay, this is where things get really interesting. Metamorphic rocks are like the transformers of the rock world. They don't start out this way. Nope. They actually start as a totally different rock. It could be an igneous rock or it could be a sedimentary rock. So what changes them? 2 things, a whole lot of heat and a whole lot of pressure. Imagine you have a piece of bread. If you squeeze it super hard and toast it, it's not soft bread anymore, is it? It's something new. That's exactly what happens to these rocks deep inside the earth. They get squished and cooked until they transform. And that's the key right there. The word metamorphic literally means to change form. The original rock gets superheated and squeezed, but it doesn't melt all the way. Instead, all the little bits inside just kind of rearrange themselves and poof, a brand new rock is born. So, what's your detective clue for these guys? Look for swirly, wavy patterns, almost like ribbons of color. Or sometimes they have really thin, flat layers that look like pages in a book. For example, that sedimentary rock limestone, if it gets the big squeeze, it turns into beautiful, swirly marble. And simple mudstone can transform into sleet, which people used for chalkboards. You did it! You cracked all 3 cases. You're an amazing rock detective. So let's pack up your official detective kit with everything we just learned so you're ready for your next mission.
Okay, you find a mystery rock. First thing you ask, does it have layers? Kind of like a cake. If you see layers, ding ding ding, it's probably a sedimentary rock.
All right, no layers, no problem. Ask this next. Can I see sparkly, shiny crystals in it? If the answer is yes, then you've almost certainly found an igneous rock.
And what if it doesn't have layers or obvious crystals? Well, there's one last question. Does it have cool, swirly bands of color, or is it made of really thin, flat layers? If that's what you see, then you've got a metamorphic rock.
And here it all is, your master detective chart. Let's review one last time. Igneous, made from cooled magma. Look for crystals. Sedimentary, made from squished bits. Look for layers and fossils. And metamorphic, changed by heat and pressure. Look for swirly bands. Got it? This is your secret weapon to becoming a rock expert. So there you have it. Mission complete. Rock detective. You are now officially certified. The only thing left to do is to go outside and see what rock stories are hiding right in your own backyard. The adventure is just getting started.